YouTubers, welcome back. Okay, so this is going to be the relationship energy reading for the week of September 4th. I did make a mistake when I did the weekend energies and totally somebody is commenting on something I commented on someone else's page under a video. I don't know what they're talking about. It doesn't matter. Um, sorry. It just like popped up and I'm like, what is that? So I did make a mistake and it doesn't matter. We're just existing, right? But I put the wrong dates, totally skipped a day. It's fine. But this is for the 4th, which would be Monday. Okay? So this is the relationship energy reading for this week. So I've already cleared these cards and cleared the cards from Nancy and the angel messages. So let's see what we got here. Okay. Very soon, clearly decide what it is that you want so that it comes to you now. But indicating, making a decision. Making a decision, guys. I've been saying it for 4,000 years now, because that's how old I am. But the second card to come out is forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present moment. Very soon, deciding to not live in the past anymore. What do I always say? The circumstances and situations no longer exist, right? I have to get rid of this because this is driving me nuts. Sorry. Okay. It doesn't exist anymore. It's over. But the feelings, the residual feelings left over from the circumstance and situation that got triggered are what needs to be released. Because you keep focusing on the circumstance and situation from the past, what you could have done, what you didn't do, shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Well, you didn't, and that's okay. That's how you learn. But you have to make a decision. So do you face your fears and stop living there and move forward? Because everybody's circumstance and situation is different. This is the guidance. Do you decide to face your fears and correct a wrong and make it right if it's eating you inside? Or do you allow another person who could have treated you, in an unscrupulous manner continue to replay in your mind as if they have control over you, right? It's just like funny because you don't think about it that way. You don't think about, I haven't been with this person, or this person did a really terrible thing to me, and they still haven't made it right, but you still allow it to control your life when the decision was made by another person based off of their own internal problems. That doesn't mean that they're yours. They don't hold your worth. They don't. And we choose to live under those energies, believing that this other person that treated us, terribly, had any control in the first place to make us feel anything. But the feelings inside of us that got triggered under the condition at that time is what you continue to carry with you. So you got to make a decision. Do you, if you in fact were the person who knows internally that you did something and it's eating you inside and you're afraid to approach that person because you're afraid of their response to you, do you live in that fear, or do you face your fear and regardless of what the response is from that person, face it, clear up the karma? Or do you live, if you the other person, under those energies in the belief that you deserved to be treated in that manner regardless of what the circumstance and situation is? It's about forgiving and learning. And forgive yourself first for living under fear, because that's what caused things to be chosen in the way in which they were that didn't feel good, right? Forgive yourself, learn from the experience, learn yourself, right? On a deeper level, because you're forgiving yourself for what you did not know at the time, but you understand now on a deeper level so that it doesn't repeat itself over and over and over again, or keep you under those, energies, keep you under that fog of illusion, because those feelings in fact are real, but they're an illusion. They're not real. The only thing they're really doing is blocking you from living freely, living abundantly, living, happy. Because your feelings are real and worth exploring. Yes, your feelings are real and worth exploring. But this is coming through for the person who did an unscrupulous thing. or acted terribly towards a person they do share their feelings for. And this is indicating they need to make this decision. But this is also important for the other person because you don't want to have those feelings carried inside of you and hold a grudge against this person. Because by holding a grudge and believing and waiting for them to come and seek your forgiveness is wrong. That's not right. Both are not, you can't both play the victim card. You both exchanged and you both acted out of fear, which is why it came apart. But it had nothing to do with the feelings. The feelings, that high vibing, shared feeling, real. Fear, real. Fear caused, actions to be taken that at that time really, truly on a deeper level didn't want to be taken. But the fear of illusion of it working out for whatever circumstance and situation, we'll figure that out in the cartomancy, whatever it may have you, that is what caused this releasing and healing of the past to take place, right? Because the circumstance and situation that unfolded between the two of you, had nothing to do with the passion and the feelings. It had to do with the fears. So now it's time to make a decision and release and heal that. Understand your feelings are real. The feelings you shared, because they're worth exploring, right? Divine, always involved, aren't they? I told you. It's like a design. So now it's like the pressure's on, right? You're feeling it. You're feeling it, they're feeling it. But what you're feeling under the energies and the pressure is to not hang on to the past anymore. It doesn't exist. It's over. And your fear is moving on from that person. You're never moving on. You're always moving forward. And if they're not in your time-space reality at this time, there's a reason. There's a purpose. Because you're not good for each other if you're not good alone. You came together. Your feelings are real. You came apart because you were living in fears of the connection not working out, you getting hurt, so the other person hurts you because they were afraid of the same freaking thing. It's an energy exchange. It's a mirror. The karmic illusion is that love isn't real. Love hurts. Love is pain. Nope, sorry, not, have no relation to each other. Fear is a tactic that has been used for well over the time period it needs to be used here in order to scare people to control them. Yeah, let's be real, okay? You don't have choices. You do, okay? But you're believed, you're made to believe you don't have choices. Yes, you do. You do have choices. But you can choose to be one way or go the other way. Choose to fall in line with fear or choose to face the fear and be like, you know what? I'm not going to live like this anymore. I'm not going to live under the rules that my family have made for everybody. And when I'm not following that code of whatever, they're pressuring me to do things I don't want to do. And then I met this person and I really like them and I can't, figure out why I chose to do what I did, and then, oh, lo and behold, you figure out that you made a bad choice based off of not your own freaking belief, but a belief that was bedded inside of you. So this is something the divine coordinated. Now the divine is pressuring both to make a decision based off of the heart space and release the past lower level energies that were embedded in this noisemaker in order for you to believe that, that your feelings weren't real, so to speak, that your feelings don't matter. It's based off of the, circumstances and situations, not off the feelings. Wrong. It's based off the feelings. The circumstances and situations themselves come along with the feelings. And then you got to choose. And this is indicating that a choice was made. But now we got to forgive and learn from it because we're understanding now our feelings are real with this person. And the divine is indicating that there is divine timing at play here. But this was something that was coordinated in order to stop living in the past. Stop living there. Stop living in those past feelings, the residual energies. Moving forward, always moving forward, never moving on. Because someone needs to release their ex. Somebody's still in a karmic partnership. And the decision could have been made off of the fact that, you know, both and or one was still dealing with a karmic partnership, but then met this person, but that person was still lingering around energetically speaking, whether in physical form or energetically speaking, okay? But you met this person and it was like too good to be true or unfreaking real. And then there were circumstances and situations that caused you to believe it couldn't work out, so you kind of just let it fall off. But then, you know, wanting that passion, went back to an ex, a karmic partnership, marriage, whatever, it doesn't matter. And you're with that person but wishing it was the other one. Well, what's your belief that it couldn't be that one? So there's these karmic partnerships that need to be released, or it's the lower level energies that you're still carrying around with you that need to be released in regards to this past partner. But you've already met somebody that the divine coordinated, that the feelings are real and sharing, but there's this lingering energy of an ex-partner, not this person the divine brought into your life where your feelings are real, but the ex-partner is the karmic illusion that, you know, you share this ongoing battle of them needing to do something in order for you to feel good and the other person doing something in order for you to feel good. But then you met this other person and it was kind of just like free flowing. But then you based your decision off of not your feelings, but off of comfortability, right? Sounds oddly familiar from yesterday's stream, but that's what's coming through. And the energies are fluid, but it's asking you to make this decision, and the divine is in charge here, but the divine is indicating, you know, you need to release your ex. You've already met the other person. That's not the question. Yeah, because there's a reconciliation coming. This came out yesterday. These are the energies. Were we supposed to have reconciliations this weekend? It's the energies, but I don't know if anybody has or hasn't. But there's still an ex lingering around, whether this person is in their life or not, or in your life or not. But you want a reconciliation with this person, and it's like you're battling with yourself because of a circumstance and situation, but that's got to be released and forgiven. And you got to clear your energies of the past partnership that went around and around. You broke up 3-4 times, kept getting back together, and this person came in during, you know, a time in which there was a disconnect. And now wanting to reconcile with this person, but you have to release and clear your energies, because this connection is a divine connection. It's not karmic. You know, it's not like one of those ones that a lesson. There's always lessons in soulmate connections. Let's be real here. This isn't floating around on rainbows and eating ice cream cones. There's things that happen, but it's about feelings. It's not about dependency. It's about love. It's about sharing that frequency and understanding distance, cultural backgrounds, skin color, age, all those types of things don't matter when it comes to feelings. But under the energies and the belief, at the time in which this separated from the person you in fact called into your life, because you want a reconciliation with the person, because you now understand that you called this person into your life and you want to reconcile with them. This ex-partner, you know, was the person who you had to learn these karmic lessons from, because you weren't meant to go back and forth with the soulmate, because the soulmate, in fact, is not anywhere near where you could do that. And if you did, it would take a lot of effort and car drives and airplanes, and you couldn't do it that way. It wasn't like up in your face kind of karmic energy. It was the energy of being separate from each other, but that can't lose the feeling, because feelings, they don't just dissipate. You don't just stop caring about someone. You stop caring about yourself. When your feelings are, in fact, projected in that manner, it's because it's coming from within inside of you. They didn't give you those feelings. They came from within inside of you, and it was a deep reflection. It is impossible to go back to a karmic partnership and feel that passion with that person, because that's not the mirrored effect in that partnership, which is why you need to release that person, because it's with the person you called into your life. That's a reflection. You can't share that passion unless it's a deep reflection of a passion inside that other person. This is what people need to understand here, is that your feelings are real. They're yours. This person is the person that you reflected the same passion. You wanted the same passion. You called each other in. You can't share that passion with another because they're not the same reflection. This is codependent. This is, I need you to be doing this and that and the third in order for me to feel good. Same, vice versa. One-sided relationship. It's not even exchange because it's not a mirror. It's a fogged up one that you keep trying to break through because you need that person to be with you. Sit right here. I don't want you to go out without me. That's bad. What? No, I'm going, and you just stay right here because this is crazy. You know, who wants to be in a relationship like that? I'm going to the store. I can't go to the store unless you're with me. Why? You got trust issues? That's not my problem, right? That's codependency. That's cray-cray. Okay, that's got to stop. It's about you, your feelings, how you feeling. You trustworthy, you loyal? Good. Stay there, be there. Because the person you reflected this with, same person, same exact, guess what happens? Whoop, dark energies, they come and take over. And now all of a sudden you're talking to the shadow side of the person. What does the shadow side do? Goes back into the karmic partnership in an illusion that they're really happy, yet they can't stop thinking about you. Because why? Because they called you into their lives. So did you, same time. So this is what needs to be understood. Divine is you know, those are the energies. Love, light, frequency, on the same vibration. The vibration fell apart because you weren't on it anymore together. On that high vibe, you fell off. Fear took it, tore it apart. Now you want to reconcile with the person. Understood. But you got to face your own fears and release these karmic partnerships. Release the ex that does not feel good. Because look, you share passion with this person. Where's your passion lie? When your heart and soul sang with joy with the soulmate that you called into your life, that's where the passion lies. Where the passion does not lie is in the past energies where you keep focusing on the disconnect. Focusing on disconnect, more disconnect. Trying to convince yourself that you're happy, but yet you're not. So you go into the karmic partnership, but now you want to reconcile with the person that you know now that you called into your life. In order to get to reconciliation, the divine is indicating that the ex needs to be released first. If the ex is in fact not released, the reconciliation stays here, doesn't move forward to the reconciliation. Once the ex is fully released, the divine says, synchronicity is at play, we will coordinate this reconciliation because now you both get it. So you're going to let your heart and soul sing with joy, or are you going to stay stuck focusing on the person specifically and how they are not there and you're so pissed off because they did this terrible thing to you? Or are you going to let go of the control issues and allow it to unfold naturally? As I'm blabbing that way, that's called controlling the situation because the energies aren't free flowing because you're focusing on all the shit they did in the past that sucks and how you both were responsible for a falling apart. And if the other person shoved you off, they didn't shove you off because they didn't have passion with you. They shoved you off because they were afraid. It's a fear tactic. So it's what you do, right? I do care about you, but just not in the way you want me to. The frick does that even mean? That means I don't care about myself enough to be able to feel as if I could be good enough for you. But what does that do to the other person? Brings you down to their level, right? Think about that. Why would you? That sounds, what? I care about you, but just not in the way that you wanted me to. Oh, okay. Huh? What, what does that mean? That doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. It's a tactic used out of fear. I don't feel I'm good enough for you. I don't want you to know my dirty secrets. So I don't want you to think that I don't care about you, because I do, but I just not in the way that you want me to, because I'm not good enough. But that's backhanded, because it sounds like you're not good enough for me to care about you. But I care about you a little bit. Just not in the way you want me to. That's the shit people say when they're afraid. And it's a projection, and it triggers and hits a feeling within inside of you of what? Unworthiness, not being good enough to be cared about in the way that you want to be cared about. Well, that person has no idea, because they don't even know what self-love is. That's called that. That's a reflection. So you need to understand yourself on a deeper level first to get to this reconciliation, because you're living in an illusion of your past energies that you kept sharing with an ex or this karmic partnership. And then this is what happens with the soulmate that you share these passionate feelings towards, but you shoved them off or whatever, because why? Because you're afraid. So as you let go of the control and allow it to unfold naturally, you just relax in the energies, and you're good, great, fine all the time. With or without this person, they're not the prize. The prize is you. You're the prize to yourself. They're the prize to their own self. Once you both get there, then the divine coordinates the reconciliation. But if you're hanging on to past karmic energies or karmic partnerships, the reconciliation, no. Release the ex, reconciliation, that quick. It's like magic. Because you get it. Because you're not fighting up against your own self anymore. You're not staying in the comfortability. I'm going to stay here and be miserable and comfortable. But I just dream of it being with that other person. Make it a reality. Not working and you're there and you're comfortable and miserable. That makes no sense. Stay comfortable in misery. Okay, sure. Or, you can't be fearful of hurting someone else's feelings. It's not about hurting their feelings. It's about speaking your truth. Because the response of the other person comes from their inner self. If they're dependent on you to feel good, and you don't feel good with them, that's a problem. But if you're in a conscious awareness of that, you get out of that. Because your happiness lies within you, not in making another person happy. That's why you're not happy. But this person that you called into your life was a free-flowing energy. Neither one of you really needed to do anything but be yourself at the time when you were together. But then your fears shoved them off. But this is the person you can't get out of your energy. I wonder why. Because you can't get out of your own self-love, but you're putting conditions on it. Stop putting conditions on yourself and allow it to unfold naturally. Any more messages with the angel message cards? You're being given signs. You're being given signs on letting go of this control. Are they your soulmate? Yes. How do you feel? There's your answer. What are you afraid of? Not being good enough. Problem. Red flag. Why do you not feel good enough? Because they're with someone else. Doesn't matter. It's not about that. Your unworthiness lies in the projection that that person's better than you in comparison to who? That guy, that person, that guy, that girl is choosing someone over you. You choose you, and that's it. It's not about that. This connection's real. Yes, I'm doubting it and fearing it. The lessons that lie on the path, well, they got to be learned first before you get to this reconciliation. So we have a karmic partner and or karmic partner's energies that are still lingering around that need to be released. Boom, reconciliation. But you got to let go of the control of it. Pay attention to the signs you're being given. Because the signs, in fact, are leading you to express your love from a heart space. Go ahead, make the romantic gesture. There could be children involved. You could have children with this person. You know, you have children, they have children, children together, doesn't matter. But you want to express yourself to a person who could in fact have children. And that could be a reason in why, you know, you're allowing circumstances and situations to control the unfolding of this. Woo! Because you're worried about your finances and career, right? Finances and career could be a factor. Finances and career could be affected by the fact that you're not following your heart and remaining in the same old stagnant energies. If you're remaining in the same old keeps repeating itself in all areas of your life. Focus, think about that. Once you start making changes for yourself and start living from a heart space, that's when you really start to see things going your way. But your doubts and your fears hold you apart. What did I just say? Past life karmic energies. That's what's causing this circumstance and situation to remain this is why the reconciliation hasn't happened. And that's why your finances and your career are all screwed up, you know. Because you, in fact, met the soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Here's where your abundance lies. And this is a true love. This is a romance of a lifetime. All right, listen, guys. This person's your soulmate, point blank, period. Okay? You got karmic energies, past life partnerships, exes that need to be released. It's time. The bottom of the deck, you got, it's time for you to disconnect yourself from the world around you, meaning disconnect yourself from the way in which you have been living because it's undesirable. It is. You're just kind of going along with it because it's comfortable, but you're not happy. And ask yourself what you want. You, specifically, that's it. Because you need to learn in the safety of love. You're not feeling safe in love itself, or you wouldn't be so worried about it. If it felt safe, you wouldn't be worried about it at all. So let's see what comes out here for the cards fancy. Scattered energies, fickleness, changeability. Over communication in order to resolve problems. But as you focus, communicate, take steps forward, your efforts in fact will be rewarded. But you're not pushing things. You want future success, but you're not pushing things. You're carefully planning. You're not pushing things. Your scattered energies are all around the fact that you want to communicate with this person and you're trying to figure out how to make efforts forward. You're trying to figure out, you know, how to go about this. And this indicates freeing yourself. This is a journey, travel. You're not pushing things, but you want future success with this person. And you may, in fact, need to travel to see this person. So you could be actually taking steps forward and planning to go see them. But your scattered energies are around the fact that by doing this, you don't know what could happen. Do I or don't I do it? It's indicating here, you need to focus. And this also could indicate that somebody is in fact planning to travel to see someone. Divinely coordinated, someone's planning something, and there's going to be victory. Somebody is planning something. Someone's planning a reconciliation, guys. I don't know who. I didn't get any court cards yet, energetically speaking here, but someone's planning something. They're being fickle about it. They're losing their focus about it, but they're doing it. But they're planning it. They're using careful planning because they want future success with this, but they have to travel. And there's something involving money, time, energy, gifts. And this is something that is by divine design. And there's victory here. There's a completion here. Bringing a union together. There's victory here in a reconciliation between a divine partnership. There's going to be healing, steady improvements. This indicates happy surprises, a second chance to redo something. Somebody's surprising someone. Because you've been feeling fenced in and sick and tired of an unhealthy situation. That's why there's this healing that needs to take place. But there's happy surprises coming. But you're feeling like in an internal prison. And this is based off of the fact that you are, in fact, on a spiritual journey. This person is at a distance. And due to the fact that this person has been at a distance, you've been feeling this sense of unrequited love, which is lack of love of self, and fencing your own self in, emotionally speaking here. But this is something that is of a spiritual sense. This is a spiritual journey. But due to the fact that there's distance between the two of you is why there's this sense of this unrequited love. But there needs to be complete endings in order to have brand new beginnings. Complete endings, no return. An ending to no return to that. Moving to a new residence, moving to a new home. Yep, moving to a new home, laying foundations for future success. Traveling in order to have verbal communication. But what did it say? Release the ex, then we get a reconciliation? There needs to be a complete ending here with somebody who is blocking, this movement forward. But what's blocking here is there's not this like mutual passion. Remember I said that earlier? It's like this sense of unrequited love, but the unrequited love is coming from the fact you share the passion with the person who's at a distance, but you have to completely end something in your life, like completely end, in order to have a new beginning. This is moving to a new home, and this indicates moving to a new home. Laying foundations for future success, verbal communication, and a trip. And the trip could be by car. But there's distance involved in this connection, but somebody's planning something. And the divine's indicating that they are synchronizing this. Yeah, this complete ending needs to happen in order to get to where you want to be. But you're evaluating before taking action. Because you're using a lot of planning. You're using your common sense and your good judgment. You're evaluating before taking action, but you're putting a lot of thought. Somebody's putting a lot of thought into this. Because they really, really love you. I told you. The feelings are mutual. Mirrors. Justin Timberlake. It's kind of scary to look at yourself directly in, like, human form, opposite kind of sex deal. Even if you're same sex, it's like, it's different. But it's you. That's also weird, huh? Feelings are mutual. But you're fencing, someone's has been feeling fenced in, stuck in a karmic situation. They want to lay foundations and verbally communicate. They're planning. They're evaluating before taking action, but they're using their common sense and good judgment. They're not getting stuck in their head. They're sick of being stuck. Their fickleness and changeability, their lack of focus, has caused them to now focus, and they're taking steps forward, and they're planning this because they're freeing themselves. Yes, this indicates the person who, in fact, they share these mutual feelings with, they're not in communication with this person. This also indicates, jealousy. There could be jealous energies around that was blocking, right? But now that's ending, wising up. But the person who they, I'm so sorry. The person who they, in fact, feel these mutual feelings with, they're not in communication with this person. That's why I'm picking up, this is like going to be a surprise. This is being divinely guided. This is Apollo, the bringer of light. Spirit guide, higher self. guiding this. Like, this is coming from higher self now. This isn't, we're not living, it's like we're not living in the ego anymore. This could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy here. That you're being guided towards. And or this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is being guided to you. But I'm picking up in the way in which it's facing. This spirit guide is guiding you to this person. Not guiding a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius to a person, but the spirit guide's leading the person who's planning this to the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Right to them. Because you did, in fact, start developing a relationship with this person, but there could have been a third-party involvement, and that is exactly why this situation ended prior, right? But you wished, you called this person into your life. You called this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius into your life that you started developing this relationship with. And this could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio that, in fact, is dealing with this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And they both called each other into each other's lives. And this is something that the divine is guiding. But there is a karmic cycle that needs to end, and it could involve this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Yeah, because there were negative emotions attached to unfortunate events from the past. Those fears, in fact, built a wall. That wall is what is blocking. This wall is coming down. And this could be dealing with the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Because now they're feeling pressured and forced to break down their established mind thought patterns when it comes to relationships. When it comes to the way in which they think about their feelings. Because they did, in fact, start a romance of the soul, but it's in the upside down position. And now they're planning something and making their way back. Yep. This is travel. Gaining ambition in order to achieve success. Traveling for business. Traveling forward. Traveling to the person they did, in fact, start this romance of the soul with. Excuse me. If I can get this. And this is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, but money focused. Gaining ambition in order to achieve success. Starting the romance of the soul. When you started this romance of the soul, you did, in fact, were ushered in ambitious energies, but then went back into karmic energies, right? That's always what happens. But now you're being, and this could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy also, or else this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio has Earth in their chart. And this is where you're being guided to move forward with this person, but this could be due to the fact you were worried about money. And here is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and this person could, in fact, be overseeing this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio's energies in regards to their money, but they're moving past that. They're breaking down their established mind thought patterns. Yeah, because this is that third-party interference. I've been picking this up for a while. There's like an authoritative figure, or there's like a father figure. There's like a boss. There's like somebody, but they're like controlling someone's money. And there's deception here that lies within money for certain. Yeah, because as soon as I say that, we get the work card. This is like stuck in a daily routine. This is where the deception lies. It's like keeping you in line, keeping you in order. Follow me. And you haven't been following your heart, and now it's like you're moving out of that. And here's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy again. So we could be dealing with a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy that is involving themselves and with loss, deception, money, and is blocking this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, another energy. There's like two different energies here. So it's like there's a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And they could, in fact, also have the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio with the Gemini could, in fact, have Earth in their chart. But there's an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, like a boss figure, and then a other water sign it's almost like emotional manipulation, but we're also using money tactics, and that's what's been causing the lack of progression in the setback. But now decisions are being made. I mean, the first card out was very soon, clearly decide, because that card indicates needing to make a decision, and you got scattered energies, fickleness, changeability as the first card, which is like lack of focus, lack of what you want, and now you're going to be, not going to be, it's like this person is already planning something. But there's some sort of fear lying here. The lack of progression in the setback could be over a judgment. The lack of progression and the serious setback here could be waiting on some sort of paperwork, some sort of ruling. There's something with money, emotional manipulation. It's like using money as an emotional manipulation tactic. That's new, right? It's what money's been used for, to manipulate us all, right? Sure, yes. That's for another time. But the lack of progression in the setback could be due to the fact that they're waiting on a judgment, waiting on some sort of paperwork, waiting on a ruling. But there's some sort of being stuck in a daily routine. Somebody is deceiving another. It could be this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy and this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy that is manipulating by use of money and emotional manipulation, deceiving this other Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And this is what has been holding apart the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio and the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But there is going to be action and change in the social standing. There is going to be happiness here, because the action and change in the social standing is due to the fact that you're moving towards the soulmate. And this indicates communication coming in. Hermes, the communicator. There is, in fact, going to be a physical return, a reconciliation. This is Cupid, the bringer of loving messages, bringing these loving messages to the person who you, in fact, cut out of your life. This separation has caused a lot of pain, loneliness, and depression. And you are, in fact, manifesting yourself a new beginning here by speaking your truth. This person is the person you share passion for, which could in fact be a Gemini, but your worry and your anxiety is due to legal documents pertaining to a home environment, waiting on a judgment. This could be a will, any sort of paperwork, but this is what has been causing this worry and anxiety, but it was a manipulation tactic in order to keep someone from moving forward. And now that this person has wised up to this, they're freeing themselves from the situation. They're bringing their truth, manifesting themselves a fresh, brand new beginning. And this fresh, brand new beginning comes with financial independence. It comes with financial stability, a completion of a karmic cycle. But the only reason in which you are losing your level of optimism is because you are in fact separated from this person and you're allowing others' wishes and desires to affect you. So wising up to the fact that the only reason that you are in fact in separation and you're losing your optimism about this person is due to the fact that you're allowing others' wishes and desires to affect you, but you're wising up to it because the divine is guiding you in order to make the decision to do what? Follow your freaking heart, put it back in the upright, break down your established mind thought patterns when it comes to relationships, complete this karmic cycle, tear down this wall of fear that others have actually in fact created, because somebody's planning something, because they are sick and tired of their situation with the person who's at a distance. They're feeling the lower level energies because they do know in fact now that they called this person into their life. It is a soulmate. It's a romance of a lifetime. And like I've been saying for eons, follow your heart. Your abundance lies there. That's it. That's where your passion lies. It's not about the other person. That's the problem. You put all your focus on that one person. It's about the feelings. They are in fact real. But you can't control another person. You can't. They're not your property. You're not property either. So stop living under the illusion that this person did something that was able to tear you down and hurt you so terribly badly. They're not your ruler. They're not your owner. It's the feelings that got triggered, and they were embedded in there a very long time ago. They just had the power in which to trigger them because they had the power in which to share those high-vibing, passionate feelings that you carry around with you because you both were actually direct reflections of each other. The divine is working on it. This person is lack of focus, but they're making a decision. They're cutting through the bullshit, basically, is what it's showing me. Like they're like, screw it, I'm doing it. And that's exactly the mindset you have to have. Screw it, I'm doing it. I'm miserable here. I'm not going to stay here miserable. I'm going to go and be happy. You know, it's not that there's not feelings, don't care, you don't have respect, you know, for other people that are family, friends, that or whatever, but you have to lead by example. So it's not about hurting their feelings, it's about releasing the shackles of control. Because you're living in an energy of, I'm going to stay here and fall in line with what my family wants me to do or what everybody else says, you know, out of respect. But you're not really respecting yourself there because you don't feel good in doing that. So in order to lead by example, you have to show what it is to truly live through passion, not by control. That's how you change circumstances and situations. That's how we change the way in which we've been living, by following our heart, not falling in line to the system created prior to us even existing here. That's what happened. And that's why you met the person you met and they don't live by you. That's why you met the person you met and they're completely different from anything you ever, in fact, would have dated before or whatever. But you called them into your life based off of a deep desire and you both share the same desire and it's undeniable. So you just have to keep your trust in your faith and it's unfolding in the way in which it was always going to. But it's very important for you to understand yourself before reconciliation happens, because this person is not your controller, your codependent. They do not have anything that you need. They don't hold anything that you don't already have within inside of you. So you have to understand that on a deeper level first before reconciliation, because you cannot be codependent on each other. That's not what this is about. And if you are in fact still carrying those residual feelings around with you, you will in fact be met with the same residual feelings inside that person, and it will come apart again. But that's why it hasn't come back together yet. That's why reconciliation hasn't happened yet, because it clearly indicated there's karmic energies that need to be released. Getting rid of karmic partnerships so that you can have a fresh, brand new beginning with the person who you in fact met already. And it's just been in this energy because people need to shift their belief in relation to how they feel. So I hope that this guidance helped you. Longer than I expected, but doesn't matter. This message is for someone out there, so I hope that I helped, you know, anybody and everybody that needs it. So I love you guys. Bye.